Yes, Conch. Yes, Conch. Yes, Conch. Yes, Conch.
I've just been pounding water today like crazy.
Oh, it's been hot.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that too, but I've been fucking hauling ass at work. I've got like 48 hours already, so I'm just hauling ass, and then
He's busy.
yeah, I think so. It's funny because like sometimes if I'm listening to books, I listen to books really fast, but I don't move as fast if I listen to books.
Concentrating more on the stories.
Sort of like I'm listening more intently, but it's weird because I listen just as intently if I listen to music, but then like listening to music though, like
kind of makes me move a little faster.
I fucked my neck up. My neck was fucked up yesterday because I listened to a little too much of System of a Down.
Because
yeah, I get really into it, and then like I'm cleaning, but then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I can't really like see what I'm doing. And if I have my headlamp on, like my whole line of vision is going, and then I'm like, okay, relax. But then you know I'm like, Derek, gotta buy it.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's a ride. I think that people laugh at me probably if they see me. And then I also realized today too that I have the same pair of pants. I have like 4 pairs of them. So, they're like just $10 pants from Walmart, honest to God. Like whatever.
Pants
yeah, they work. They're perfect for work. They're black pants. They're black pants and they're like baggy. But they're not sweatpants, but they're not yoga pants because they're baggy. So, but I just realized when I was cleaning a car today, I had a hole in the crotch, and I was like,
"Hello,
are you fucking kidding me?" I just had to buy a new pair of pants last week because I soaked myself at work, and I was like. My boxers were about to be wet because I like power washed my thighs, and I was like, it was like fucking 12:30 or not 12:30, like 1:30. I'm like, I can't work 4 more hours like this. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I need. Am I losing? Oh, here we go. I'm not sure why this wasn't open already.
We'll get there.
I think for the most part, what I have picked out is just asshole stuff.
Asshole stuffs.
Yeah, we'll start with the first one. This one actually has a verdict now, so interesting. Oh, I guess.
Hey.
Welcome to Ask The Conch. We got a little distracted with. I don't even remember what we were talking about now.
Moist pants.
Oh yeah. We got a new backdrop.
Whoa! Wow!
It's a puzzle. Wow, fancy. Well, isn't it nice?
Wow!
Okay. So this one is Am I the Asshole? Like Reddit, whatever. And it says, will I be the asshole if I stop participating in my best friend's wedding party?
Yeah,
yeah, right. Wedding ones are always spicy.
And there's been some juicy ones.
Yeah, and I feel like we have a good way to say about this because, well, I mean, I guess I've been in 2 weddings technically. You've technically been in 2 weddings because I've been in my own wedding. You've been in your own wedding, and then you were in my wedding, and then I was in Bailey's wedding. So, I mean, I feel like we know
some weddings.
Yeah, we know some some fun stuff. So, I feel like for the most part things went pretty well though. Like,
yeah, there were some smooth weddings.
Although I did have a really hard time with like getting like picking a dress and stuff. That was like difficult decision. That was just hard for me to do. The whole wedding thing, honestly, I think for me was actually much more difficult. Because I guess I probably could have did without, but that's okay. I still loved my wedding, so I'm not mad that I had it. But at the same time, that is 10 months of my life that I could have not been stressed out over. Yeah, you know.
But it was beautiful.
Yeah, worth it. As cheap as possible. Some people don't want the cheapest wedding ever, so you know, everyone
not like that.
Yeah, everyone
like a good cheap wedding.
to each their own. Some people want to go to the courthouse. Some people want to get married outside because it's free, like me. Some people want to spend millions and millions of dollars to get married at crazy fancy places, and you know, I mean, it is what it is. That's a big dream for people, I guess. I don't know. I never had like that. I never thought about that as a kid. Did you? Because apparently that's like a thing.
Yeah, I didn't have like the dream wedding.
Yeah, I
knew I'd find the person for that, you know, for that dream wedding. That
like that was more so like
the only thing I ever thought of was like, okay, you're like, if I'm gonna get married, there'd be like in a damn field of flowers or something, barefoot running around.
That makes sense.
And feral as fuck.
Just a little.
No.
Well, you know what though? You're on a farm though. You got shit. You got some shit to deal with, literally.
No, lots of shit.
So yeah, you know you got like
chicken
a full
processing
time
coming up next.
You got a full-time job. Of killing
all the shits.
But yeah. I mean, man. Okay. Anyways, so will I be the asshole if I stop participating in my best friend's wedding party? My 40 female best friend, 37 female, is getting married and asked me to be her maid of honor. In my country, we don't call it that way, but it's similar. I tried to become involved. Oh, I think my belly took a screenshot. Where? Wait, scrolled a little. Okay, wait. I tried to become involved with the party, but she insisted everything would be a surprise so that my help isn't needed. Okay, so that's confusing.
Like language little barrier going on.
I mean, well, it says there is a country difference. So, and I mean, I'm assuming it is maid of honor. Well, or it could be matron of honor, I guess, because she could be married. So. Yeah, so she asked me to be in charge of the bachelor party with her sisters. We planned a beautiful weekend in a lake house. Everything was going smoothly until we invited the rest of the girls. Among the many friends she has, there are 3 girls in their early 30s who weren't excited about the plans because they were boring. One of them wanted to bring some boys so we can party. Another one wanted to put our friend in a tradwife costume and make the bride to do chores. What? That sounds fucking terrible. What the?
That's some hazing shit. What is? What?
Yeah. Why?
What is?
The third one wants to go a day early to the lake house because she works remotely. They want to bring drugs, ketamine, Molly, you name it. While most of us only smoke weed, it's legal in some cases here. So, like, if you have your medical card. In some cases.
Yeah. It was...
How old is this post? 10 days ago. That doesn't help me at all.
In like Amsterdam or something?
Yeah. Who knows? Well, who knows? You know, some places you can't. Some states you can't buy alcohol after 9 p.m.
Yeah. Can't, but ketamine's fucking legal.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
Wow. When neither of these ideas were accepted by the rest of the group, 15 women.
That's a big group of fucking bridal party. Fuck.
Yeah, they went to the bride and told her our plans and to see if she wanted to do any of that. She was excited to go a day early to have more time. So these 3 girls decided they are going early, and whomever can join, it's a working day, they can. This ended with the party divided between those who can and those who can't. I'm in the second group. There's no way to stop them as they do what they want, and I'm tired of trying to help and organize it to only be dismissed. At this point, I don't even want to be maid of honor to be part of the wedding and be part of the wedding party. And I know it's not my friend's fault, but the girls, among others, are awful, and I don't want to share a weekend with them or share any social events. My friend would definitely be offended, but she is keeping doing this for herself and her cool friends. To be honest, I don't even want to be maid of honor at this point, so will I be the asshole if I stop participating in the organization of anything and if I tell my friend I'm out?
I don't think you're the asshole. I would fucking...
I feel like it's hard to say.
over that bullshit.
I mean, I would be over it too, but, well, at this point, if you're having the bachelorette party, it's really hard to say because some people have it super early and some people don't, but I feel like you're only the asshole if, like if dresses are already bought and it's
everything was finalized.
Yeah, if it's like...
To
if
completely back out of doing the maid of honor part. Yeah, but she said it sounded like still doing the things, but...
And I'm also a little confused. It says, I've tried to become involved with the party, but she insists everything should be a surprise, so my help isn't needed.
Also, these motherfuckers...
I'm so confused because in maid of honor, matron of honor, isn't that like that?
You're supposed to be like in charge of making shit happen.
Yeah.
So sounds like a fuckery from the get go. Because gosh, they're 40 and 37, getting married, and it sounds like a bunch of 18-year-olds fucking planning it and having the party.
Although a wedding should be about the wishes for the bride, you shouldn't be in a situation where you're uncomfortable, especially if the girls are bringing up hard. Oh yeah, I did forget about the drugs thing. I'm bringing up hard drugs so we can get away. It sounds like a very uncomfortable situation, and worse, something you could get in legal trouble. So not the asshole.
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking shit show.
So, seeing right here, it says you're 2 months away and very annoyed at this party. I mean, I guess 2 months is enough time for, even if there is dresses, you do have time to like figure out something. But
even
like
a group of 15 girls, I'm sure.
Yeah,
of the other ones will step up.
How many people are standing in the wedding? That sounds crazy. I had 4. Like our wedding, the wedding party for our wedding was literally 10 people, and that included us. And then we were left.
And I thought ours was huge, and I think we had 6. So 12 altogether, including us. And 2 of the people, they were like pushed themselves in the wedding. So I had to find someone else to match up on the other side. I was like, whatever, I just want to get it done.
And then actually that one had a little not the asshole.
As the verdict.
Yeah.
Good, because
yeah,
that was a lot of fuckery.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, because I know some
40,
people do like the bachelorette like the day before the wedding. Have you ever heard of that?
You have, but fuck all that.
Terrible. Because if that would suck. That would really suck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I would feel like if it was that kind of case, you just stick it out for a couple more hours.
I think like a week before is like the absolute soonest. Yeah. I need recoup time. And I remember I had a big old scab on my shoulder from my bachelorette party. I think it was like 2 weeks later.
Man, I didn't do anything. I didn't have like that kind of party, but I'm lucky I didn't have a bunch of scabs on my back from when I burnt the hell out of my back. Like the first day there was sun up here in the winter one time. I was outside with a tank top on for like 8 hours, and the summer before I don't even think I was outside because Brett had surgery. So
well, you were getting burnt when it was overcast.
Yeah, and it was, man, that was crazy. I was out of work for like a fucking week.
Right.
I couldn't move my arms.
Were so bad.
My shoulders are still scarred from that, actually. I can't believe my tattoo is okay.
Yeah, that is wild. Because I mean, that shit was
it was bad.
Deep fucking burn.
Every once in a while, the pictures come up, and I think to my shoulder blades, and I'm like, gold member. When he's like, he's like, okay. Oh, this one's long.
Here we go.
So, am I the asshole for asking a customer's kid not to touch something? I'm already gonna say no. Because what do you mean? What? Okay. So, I, 24 male, work at a popular fast food restaurant. I've been working here since this location opened, and I love working here. I like my coworkers. My boss is great, and I've never had any problems with customers until today. We've had a self-serve drink machine near the front of the store. Today, a family of 3 came in, a mom, a dad, and their daughter, who looked about 4 or 5.
God, they better not be like the damn condiment things. I swear. Get your mouth off of it, children. Fucking petri dishes. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was the cashier for the day, and my dad came to take their order. Or not my dad. Why did I say that? And dad came to take their order while mom went to sit down at the benches, and the benches we have at the door to scroll on her phone. The daughter, however, beelined to the drink station. Noticing the daughter about to stick her hands inside the spigot for the iced tea, which is separate from the soda machine, I calmly say, I didn't raise my voice at all, and they and another family were in the store, and I said, excuse me, little one, can you please not touch that? Mom looked up from her phone, immediately got defensive and yelled at me, don't yell at my child, I'm right here, you could have just gotten my attention. Now, I get it, stranger danger and all that, you don't want strangers talking to your child. However, I needed to stop her before she actually touched it. It's a health hazard. People get drinks out of that, and I don't know where your daughter's hands have been. Your entire family just came from outside. She could have had peanut butter residue, or something on her hands. The next person to drink out of it would have went into anaphylactic shock. And I didn't raise my voice. I used a gentle voice just to get her attention, not contaminate the spigot. I apologized to the mom and explained the above, minus the outside part. However, she isn't having it. Yells at me again and that she's right there and not to speak to her child. Dad is right there at the register, just waiting for this to finish so I can take his order. So I apologized to her again and turned to her husband to take his order. As soon as I turned to her husband, she's back on her phone, now with her daughter sitting next to her, hand around her shoulder. Am I the asshole? Should I have done anything differently? I've already told my boss after they left. I still disinfected and sanitized the spigot, even though I stopped her before she touched it. I felt like if I did it while she was still there, she would have had another meltdown. Edit/update. Thanks for your feedback. While it may seem obvious I wasn't in the wrong, I was doubting myself since this was the first time I've witnessed someone get so defensive over their child doing something wrong.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Get used to it. It's going to happen more.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, I think the craziest part of this story to me is I like my coworkers, my boss is great, and I've never had any problems with customers.
Impressive, but you're only 24, so you must not have been working in the food industry longer.
Well,
you are assholes.
Yeah, I mean, it does say since the location opened. It doesn't say, like, how long the location has been open. That would be very... So, the other day when I was at work, I came in and one of my coworkers said good morning to me, and I said, morning. And he said, oh, I like how you don't say good morning, because you, like, make... Just in case you want it...
In case it's not a good one.
In case you'd want it to be a bad morning. And I said... more like I worked at a gas station for 6 years and small things set people off. So I say morning because saying good morning to someone who's not having a good morning is not how it goes. I remember one time,
your dad caught me off guard. Is it good though? I don't know.
I remember one time a guy bought a Rip It drink, the energy drink. Yeah. So he put the can down. He had a baby and then just came out of a vagina baby, like
fresh.
Yeah, like fresh baby, like literally looked like it was coming home from the hospital. And he puts his Rip It can down on the counter, and it was dirty on the top. And he screamed at me so bad, I didn't even fully register what was happening before he went and walked out the front door, and he slammed the door with the hydraulic brakes on them.
Oh my gosh.
But he actually slammed it, and he broke it, and then the entire hydraulic mechanism like basically like
Fucking
busted.
locked up?
It didn't lock up. It busted. It started leaking down the door.
Shit.
There was oil everywhere. It stunk terribly.
Yeah,
and somehow the glass didn't break. And everybody was just like, what even happened? And it was like
mad about a sturdy
can that was $1.09 had some dirt on the top of it. But what's even crazier is the whole time he was just carrying a baby in his fucking
hand.
Not in his hand, like
the little carrier.
Like, I'm thinking like
I had the visual of the carrier.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, why can't I think? I couldn't think of what the hell it was called for some reason. The car seat. Jesus.
Yeah, that thing.
God, that was dumb. Anyways.
Baby holder.
Yeah, that was
your baby holder.
Well, because I was telling him about all the crazy shit that I had to deal with, and he was like, "You did all that around here?" Yeah, I know. Sure did.
Lots of assholes out there.
Am I the asshole for reporting the girl who tried to break my glasses instead of talking it out? Coming from a glasses wearer, the stories. Fuck this bitch. Fucking tried to break your glasses. That's just
the price
so
of them
mean.
these days. Fuck.
You know what's even crazier though? Like, I think it's called like Open House. There's a movie out there somewhere, and like it's like a scary movie, and like towards the end, like the guy's like gonna win, and then the bad guy takes his glasses and breaks them, and then it's like
can't see.
It's like psych, bitch. Now you can't fucking see, and then like the movie ends because obviously he's gonna die now
because you can't see. Fucking rude. Different. It was an accident, but purposely.
Yeah. I guess we'll see here. My school put on an event where local celebrities performed their talents, music, dance, etc. It was the beginning of a school year morale booster. Our year starts out really early, so a lot of students get grumpy about it. Students in the theater club would participate mostly to help out, but also to have their own 10 seconds of fame. During the show, the participating theater kids were told to choose a friend to give their microphone to so that more students could participate in the performance. My friend Allie is in the theater club, and she was instructed to choose someone. She approached me where I was sitting and began outstretching the mic to me, but at the last moment she turned and gave it to her other friend, Ella. Maybe it was because I tend to be more reserved and she thought I didn't want to go up there. To an extent, I didn't want to. But at the same time, I would probably never get an opportunity like that again. Or maybe Allie was closer with Ella, or maybe Ella had some kind of talent. I don't know. But Allie did say she would pick me if she got another chance. The performance section of the event ended and there was an intermission. There would be a vote and one of the students would win. Many of us got up and went to the lobby. While I was standing off to the side, I saw Ella approach me. We're not friends, so it was a bit weird. Then she pulled my glasses off my face, threw them on the ground, and kicked them. I was really mad. I had done literally nothing to her. I thought for sure they were broken, and that had been her goal, but somehow they weren't broken. I approached the vice principal, who was one of the busy ladies making the show run. Before I could get a couple sentences out, she waved me off to the principal. As soon as I mentioned Ella to the principal, she said, "I don't want to hear it." She said that everyone wants a turn to go on stage, but they can't make up things to make it so. She looked at the glasses that were on my face and said, "Your glasses are perfectly fine, aren't they?" The principal was saying that even if Ella took the glasses off my face, I was making a big deal out of nothing, and if someone really wanted to break a pair of glasses, they would have. In the end, she was not removed from the ballet, but she didn't win either. I don't know if I'm making a big deal out of nothing. Later on, Allie told me Ella is dealing with some mental health stuff and that I was an asshole for reporting her to the principal instead of just talking to her. Now I'm wondering if Allie's right, and I am an asshole. Am I the asshole for reporting the girl who tried to break my glasses instead of talking it out?
The fucking principal is an asshole for not being a professional and listening to that damn kid.
Yeah, that's...
Sorry, that I don't know, it triggered my ass or something. Like, how unprofessional just tell your kid that, oh, he's fine.
Your glasses are perfectly fine, aren't they? Excuse the fuck out of you. The glasses on my husband's face right now were $600. I can't imagine how much they are for a kid whose eyes are all fucked up like that. His eyes are like a negative 3.5. That's like bad, but I mean, it could be fucking worse.
Not even the action of
the worse, the more expensive they like. The thicker your lenses are, the more expensive they get. So like my glasses, these ones, I think these were $300, and then that was with insurance too. So insurance paid for. I think my insurance pays for like 75% or something like that.
Not bad.
So, and his glasses after insurance were $600. So,
That's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
In a school setting, like for another student to put their hands on them, like that's in the rule book. You touch another kid to rip someone's.
You know what? And on top of that, like, okay, yeah, I get it. So yeah, so at some aspect, yes, I feel like you should have said something like, "Why did you just take my glasses off my face and throw them across the room?" But I'm thinking, like, if this was me, especially, like, I don't even know if it says ages.
Yeah, I'm just catching, like, school age.
It does, yeah, you know, school age. And it, so down here it actually says I talked to my parents. So obviously underage. I probably would have punched her in the face. Like, I definitely, I would have done, I would have pushed her down or something, you know, like I would have either punched, I would have punched her in the face, I would have pushed her down. I know I grabbed a couple people.
Been a 3-day suspension for my reaction for sure.
Yeah, I would have gotten, the principal would have done something about what I did.
Yeah, I probably would turn on that principal. I'm sorry, not. Oops.
So then it says, I talked to my parents. They got a meeting with the principal. At first she tried to save face and say I hadn't told her what I had told them. Maybe if she had listened, she would have heard it all. But when my parents mentioned the superintendent, she became more willing to help. The principal apologized and said she was just really busy and many students were complaining about not being in the performance. Okay, but it doesn't sound like she was complaining about her not being in the performance. She literally came to you
to say that she was fucking assaulted.
Yeah, and I guess I should say they, because it doesn't actually say. I don't know. Maybe it did, and I wasn't paying attention. There's a lot of she's in here because of Allie and the other bitch. So
the ballet performance.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, and that principal. Your principal sucks.
Particularly that principal. You unprofessional bitch.
Next one.
Sorry. Oh, jeez.
I feel like we got some words this time because I feel like we've only done
a couple.
We've done like
yeah,
right. Normally we usually get through it. Well, but normally we got a lot to say. I think is the thing. We got a lot to say about some of these. Some of these are long though too.
Yeah, the last couple of them.
Yeah, this one's long too.
Pagers.
Yeah, I was able to read that one pretty quick. I feel. Considering, so I mean, I
was just spicy about the fucking piece of shit principal.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, fucking asshole. So this one is: am I the asshole for insisting my husband uses his own bank account even though we are married in a community of property? So I posted about this recently, but I deleted the post because I thought the matter was resolved and he agreed to it, but now he's gone back on it. My 35 female husband, 56 male, has basically not gotten his affairs together. He's from another country, and so he relies on using my bank account as his primary account in my country. His argument is that we are married in a community of property, and I benefit from him using my account considering he earns more than I do, and we need my account to pay bills in my country with his money he earns abroad. My argument is that I too have a business and it's making taxes more difficult to sort through, but also it's the only account I can get paid through because this account is linked to my business that I also get paid from abroad with, and if my bank just randomly decides to not do business with me because of irregularities, I'm absolutely screwed. Another reason is that he has charges coming off randomly for his business that I have allocated money somewhere and something comes off, but puts us in a financial situation I don't want to be responsible for, where I have to explain to people why I can't pay them. I'm big on integrity, and I just don't want this happening. If money is more controlled on my end, I can prepare for and mitigate any issues instead of being constantly blindsided. This creates a lot of anxiety for me. It's like wanting to be responsible, but then not being able to because I have to think for two people. I mentioned this was a boundary, and basically he's saying it can't exist as a boundary because my money is his and his is mine, that we're supposed to be partners. I told him I have no problem with sharing my money and paying for stuff, which I do, but that the problem was that the impracticality of using one account because all of the reasons mentioned. He feels as though I'm saying he's not good enough and inadequate in some way because I want him to get his affairs in order so that he can have a bank account here. I feel like I have given him 4 years to try and sort things out, and that if I was never planning on taking care of this, if he was never planning on taking care of this, he shouldn't have made empty promises. He says he's taken care of everything else and has given me and my family a quality of life we didn't have before, and that the perks of being married to him, it should be enough to let this notion of having a boundary on my bank account go. I said that goes beyond the scope of the argument and that feels emotionally abusive to be bringing up how much he's done and holding it over my head just to justify that I can't have this boundary. Am I the asshole? No.
No.
Where is the line drawn between having personal boundaries and being a partner/wife married in a community of property? I may be the asshole because this is a hard boundary for me, and I'm also married to him, which means I have some obligations.
No, he can put his big boy pants to fuck on.
So, and then there is
that sounds some alternative motive, fucking weird.
There's also, so there's an edit that says people are wondering why I don't just open another account with the same bank. I can, but my money from, it says
her business.
Yeah, from PP will go straight to primary account, to my knowledge, which takes a few days to come in, and then his transfer. Expensive might have gone off already, for one. For those saying I'm not taking responsibility, this is actually me taking responsibility by insisting on my boundaries, but for a moment I questioned myself when he brought up community of property. For context, I'm in therapy for crippling anxiety and people-pleasing behaviors because of complex PTSD, childhood trauma, and while I'm not trying to paint myself as the victim, it's necessary that I give myself context. That way, I've only recently been able to stand up for myself and asserting my boundaries and not be codependent anymore and trying to turn my life around.
Wow.
For those worrying about tax season, I spoke to my accountant who says that if we just sort through this current mess of what happened over the last 2 years, that things will be okay, but I need to make the changes now, which is what I'm doing. Please don't scare me. I've already been pretty nervous about all of it.
But go you for dealing with the relationship where you have that fucking PTSD already from it.
And it says, sorry.
No, I'm just like stunned, like fuck.
Putting
the assertiveness in there. Fuck.
The last part says, also to those wondering, this boundary is not going to change. It is something I need done, but I wanted outside perspective in case I wasn't seeing the full picture. So I think that this is because, you know, 1960s women couldn't have a bank account on their own, you know, so things are way different now.
Yeah, suffrage fucking shit.
But some couples are one bank account couples where they just share everything, and some couples are not. Not all couples share all finances all the time. Like,
yeah, and even not at the aspect of sharing finances, just splitting the individuality of the businesses. So it's not so fucking complicated on paper. So it's crazy. Like, when Brett and I first got together, we both had multiple bank accounts, and then we got a house together, so then it turned into more bank accounts, and then eventually it was kind of like, well, we need to cut this down because we had like 6 banks. It was ridiculous. We were like, what the fuck is going on here? And then finally our house ended up at a bank that like was around here. So it was like, okay, well, how about we just do this? And now we like broke it down. So we're like, now we're down to 2 because we decided we were just going to keep 2, I guess, at this point. But I mean, all of our stuff is together. Yeah. That's actually one of the reasons we have one of them.
it's just, but I know a lot of couples who like, all of my checks go to my account. All of his checks go to his account. We have a separate account that both of us are on that we put money into for bills. Or like they, just like how I just said, and also another one for the business.
There's a business one.
We also have stuff for the kids, like, so I don't think it's unreasonable at all. I think that he needs to get his shit together and fucking get his own bank account.
I'm not understanding. It's been 4 fucking years.
Yeah, grow up.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking get it.
Get your shit together, boy.
Okay, let's go here. Oh, some short. Am I the asshole for refusing treatment to a friend? I am 31 male. I'm a pediatrician. I have this school friend, 29 female, who lives in another city, who became a mother recently, and she contacted me after 12 years, saying that she found out I'm a pediatrician now and had some queries about the baby. I answered them gladly and told her that if your baby needs any help, I will be happy to help. Initially, she used to call me up about almost every other day for some queries, which was I was fine with. Then she started becoming overconscious and started calling me at night for trivial queries like, my baby just burped, is he all right? Then she once called me 13 times in a night because her baby had passed greenish stools. And today I was in NICU duty handling an emergency, and she called me again and again, 16 missed calls. And when I called her back, she told me her baby is having a fever. I get it that doctors are not supposed to refuse a patient, but I feel she is using me. I counseled her that new parents might feel overwhelmed and anxious, and that she should take her baby to a treating pediatrician rather than asking me over the phone. So am I the asshole for refusing her the treatment? She's not your patient.
All right.
She's someone who's calling you literally because you are a doctor.
Yeah.
Not you are a doctor.
She's using you.
And then on top of that, I am a little concerned that they are calling that incessantly. It sounds like the start of like postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to go see
a psychiatrist.
Go see her regular doctor. Go see a doctor in general in person. Well, even not even person. You could do a video chat or whatever.
We'll make
I hear Amazon has doctors now.
You get those airlifted dropped to your porch.
No, it's funny because I have my headphones in all day, and every once in a while I hear an ad, and it's something like, you had some kind of back injury, and it's like, we handle sneeze related back injuries too. And it's like, wow. I looked up to see how they are for meds, and I was like, oh, look at none.
Be able to file a claim.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
ain't that something? Okay.
There we go.
Am I the asshole for going on a girls' trip instead of taking care of my husband after surgery? Okay. I, 24 female, have been planning a girls' trip with my sisters and 2 friends for the past year and a half. We spent 2 weeks in Greece, and I just got back yesterday. Several months ago, my husband told me he needed his wisdom teeth out and was given several surgery date options. 1 for 3 months ago, 1 for the week I would be gone, and 2 or 3 options in October. The clinic was pretty booked out, and so this was 8 days ago, so this person's been back for like 2 weeks, so if that helps with like timing at all. The clinic was pretty booked out, and my husband was in some pain, so I suggested he take the soonest available appointment, and not just to get it over with, but to fix his pain sooner. Plus, I'd be out of the country the next available one. He didn't want to take the soonest one because it was too soon and he wasn't mentally prepared, and assumed that it meant he would just wait until October. My husband informed me 3 weeks before I left for my trip that he had booked the time slot and that he'd need me to stay home and take care of him. I told him that wasn't happening and that he'd either need to pick a later date or have someone else help him. We fought, but ultimately it was decided my mother-in-law would come take care of him and I'd still go. Over the trip, I spoke to them a few times about his surgery, which went fine, and I continued with my trip.
Fucking wisdom teeth.
When I when I got home, my mother-in-law confronted me about how horrible of a wife I was. And then I neglected my husband and chose my friends over him. My husband is still angry, and his entire family is pissed at me. I feel like he had several options and knew fully well that he wouldn't be home on the date he chose. That he sprung it on me way too last minute to change my plans or get any kind of refund and made it clear that I would be going. He tried to justify it by saying the first day was too soon and the later dates were far away, and I had to understand that he could only do it that week. Am I the asshole?
No, are you fucking kidding me?
Wisdom teeth?
Fucking wisdom teeth? Are you kidding me?
I had, we just talked about this too. That's even better.
Right?
So the first time I had the one side done, I had my wisdom teeth pulled and was literally working 2 jobs. I was working both jobs within 2 days, and my face was swollen as fuck. Because day 3 is the worst. So like on day 3, I actually did have to leave one of my jobs because like I dealt with customers and I got to a point where I couldn't talk. And they were like, I guess you can go home.
Right,
and I was like, well, thanks. I guess
I'm going to be pissed at you for you need to cancel your trip that you've been planning for 1.5 years to take care of me. Fuck you. You big ass baby. Have some Tylenol and I hope shut the fuck up.
That's like, so when I had my surgery to have my shit pulled out, Brett had a doctor's appointment or some shit for like the day after, and he didn't realize and he had to call and cancel it. And they were like, well, you know, you're gonna have to pay $200. And he was like, look, first, I have ADHD. You have to send me 7,000 reminders, and I'm still going to forget. So, I'm sorry I can't make this 48 hours thing. But then also, we are 2 hours away because my wife is having her uterus and ovaries taken out of her body. And, like, I'm not going to be able to make it. Right. Like, she's going to be in the hospital. My wife is going to be in the hospital, like, literally. So, and they were not very nice about it. And then eventually they were fine with it. But, yeah, not the asshole. Because then I'm also thinking, so the second time I had to have part of my jaw removed. I was out of work for a week, but I did all the shopping for the race and cooked all the food.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, fuck you. Oh.
Okay, how much? We'll do one more.
Okay.
That's starting to hurt too.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about setup too, I think, a little bit. Maybe soon. I don't know.
We're getting some more comfy.
We gotta get some. I was thinking, you know those circle chairs?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
In the nest.
Well, I was thinking we have that piece of the couch down here now, and we could have it between us and have a little cup holder.
Cup holders. Oh yeah, we'll do some renovating.
Because we can. You know what? You can get them chairs at like Walmart for like $30. I wonder how cheap they are on Amazon. They're probably cheaper on Temu,
bring back
but I feel
inflatable furniture. We're gonna bring it back.
You ever seen those moon bag things?
Oh yeah,
they're like fucking $300. It's like an adult,
so comfy, like giant bean bag.
It's like a you know, now that piece is missing from the couch too, I was telling Brett that I'd want the rest of the couch to be the same size as the Chase Lounge, and he was like, "What the fuck?" So okay. Am I the asshole for exposing my coworker after he exposed me?
Ooh.
Advice needed. This is still an am I the asshole thing, but it says advice needed. So far, everything we did today was not the asshole, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I, 28 female, have been in a happy and committed throuple for about 3 years now. It's unconventional, but it works for us. I also enjoy posting on social media platform that's more on the mature side. Think Facebook, but for adults who like to talk not safe work topics and post not safe for work pictures. My face isn't visible in any of the pictures, and I never talk about my job on there, so I didn't think it would ever be an issue at work, especially because our job doesn't have a morality clause. One of my coworkers, Jake, 34 male, recently found my profile on this site. Jake has always been a bit too friendly at making suggestive comments and flirting with me despite knowing I'm not interested. I've turned him down countless times, but he just doesn't take the hint. He thinks that just because I'm poly, I want to be with him. Instead of keeping his discovery to himself, Jake took screenshots of my post and ran to HR, accusing me of unbecoming internet activity. And that could damage the company's reputation. I got called into a meeting with HR, and honestly, I was terrified. However, after reviewing the post, HR told me that because my face wasn't visible and there was nothing identifying the company, it wasn't their concern and was my own personal business. They assured me that no action would be taken against me and that I hadn't violated any policies. My direct boss said that the meeting was more toward me, that Jake was sharing my private pictures in the workplace. Even though I was cleared. Yeah, that's just fucking weird. I felt humiliated, and my private life had been dragged into work like this, and I was beyond angry that Jake tried to get me in trouble over something that had nothing to do with him. Here's where I might be the asshole. I like these ones. Where they give you a nice backstory, and then I go, here's where I might be the asshole. After that HR meeting, I was still fuming. I knew Jake was married, and he had heard some rumors about him cheating on his wife with another woman in the office. I had also had a bunch of inappropriate messages he'd sent me, including some sent during work hours, which I hadn't done anything about until now. Instead of going back to HR, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I found Jake's wife on social media and anonymously sent her all the screenshots of his messages to me, along with some information about his affair. I literally found his profile and his mistress's profile on the same site he said was unbecoming, and sent her the links to both. I figured if he wanted to dig into my private life, he should face the consequences of his own actions. It didn't take long for everything to blow up. Jake's wife confronted him, and now she's filed for divorce. Words spread around the office, and Jake is absolutely furious with me, saying I ruined his marriage and made his life hell. Some of my coworkers think I went too far and should have just let it go, but others believe that he got what he deserved for trying to get me in trouble over something that was none of his business. So am I the asshole?
Nope. Don't fuck around and found out. Karma is a bitch. Fuck you, Jake.
Yeah, fuck you, Jake. First comment is not the asshole. People in glass houses shouldn't throw hand grenades with a bungee cord attached. Still working on that one. Seriously, he tried to spread revenge porn to make OP lose her job in retaliation for not letting him into her bed. When you go to someone's livelihood, the gloves are off and the boots are on.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, fuck you, Jake.
Fuck you, Jake. Fuck you, Jake. I'm picking at my eye. Gah, hot mess.
My allergies have been bad.
Spicy.
Yeah, well,
we're not assholes. Fuck off.
Oh yeah,
Karma was a bitch.
We made it all the way through. We got one shitty one out of all those. I feel like it's kind of weird because I feel like I don't. So it's funny because most of the time when I find stuff on Not the Asshole, it's usually like the first page and it's like new posts. So they'll be there for hours. And then when we finally actually read them, they're, a couple weeks old. And so it's very interesting because most of the time they don't say anything yet. Like there's 300 comments. And then by the time that we read it, there's 30,000 comments and there's a verdict. And it's very interesting because I feel like it's never 50-50. It's never some the asshole, some not the asshole. I feel like it's always one way or the other. Yeah. It's always they're all unanimous. Not the asshole or they're all fucking assholes. So
all fucking assholes. People are assholes. Fuck you, Jake.
Yeah, fuck you, Jake. That's just rude. Anyways, Newts. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ask the Conch. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share it on, some stuff.
Wherever.
Now we have a whale. I guess if you don't listen, it sucks to be you. You can't see the whale we have.
A whale of its ass.
Yeah.
Just whaling it.
You know, this was supposed to be hard. We thought it was going to be hard. Well, I didn't do it. He did it. Brett did. He thought it was, like, because of the colors. We thought it was going to be hard, but that one was more difficult.
Nice.
That one took him days, and I just kept hearing about the fucking spoon. I'm like, yeah,
all these
sure.
different ice creams, but this fucking spoon.
Yeah, he's like, this is the biggest spoon I ever seen, hon. And I'm like, I can't see it. I couldn't even see it because of the glare. He kept talking to me about the spoon. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah, the spoon. And he's like, yeah, it's so big. And I'm like,
that's the ice cream.
I'm like, I don't even know what color it is. And he's like, what? Because I fucking let it go on for probably a couple hours. And then I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Fucking talking about?
And he's like, there's a spoon in the puzzle. And I was like, wow.
Don't see it.